Hey everyone, Liam from Solitude here, and in this video I'm going to go through what I think are the top 20 songs that came out of Australia in the 2000s. So I tried to make this list based on what I think is an objective top 20, but I know it's going to have my opinion in there a little bit. You can comment what you think I got right or wrong, or what should be higher or lower, or maybe what songs I missed. In number 20 is a song from a band who are arguably the most successful world music band to ever come out of Australia, and this was their big debut hit that launched them. In number 19 is a song from a band who had a lot of alternative and underground success in the late 90s and early 2000s, and this song was the one that solidified them to have a fan base for the whole decade. And it is a beautiful song that every time I hear, I cannot stop listening to. For number 18, I've decided to go with a song from a band who put an album out that was made entirely of samples. And the album is probably more well known than the songs, to be honest, but I've gone with the one that was the biggest when it came out in the year 2000. In number 17 is a song that came out in the soundtrack of a TV show called The OC, which was massive in the 2000s and really launched the careers of a lot of alternative and indie rock bands. This song was a cover, but helped propel this somewhat no-name Australian band onto the international scene. Forever young, I wanna be forever young. In number 16 is a song from a band who were more well known for their heavy stuff, but they toned it down in the early 2000s with this track, and arguably found their most successful and recognizable song that still gets a lot of airtime to this day. Can't get started. Chemical heart. For number 15, I have gone with a song from a guy/trio who arguably had the most success of any folk musician in the 2000s, and I think this was his biggest song. For number 14, I've gone with a song that hit number 1 on Triple J's Hottest 100 of the year it came out, and it is just a beautiful piece of work that builds and builds and just hits this amazing crescendo. I guess you could call it a bit of a one-hit wonder, but it still really hits home when I hear it to this day. Number 13 is another song that hit number 1 in the year it came out on Triple J Hottest 100, and arguably this one hasn't aged as well, but I still think I've got to give it credit. It kind of now has lost a lot of its appeal because it's been used in so many car ads, but hey, it's a nice song and I get why Toyota loved it so much. For number 12, I've gone with a song from a solo artist who changed it up in the mid-2000s and started writing more happy music, and this was the song that made him massive after having strong underground success in the 90s. And number 11 is a song from a band who put out industrial underground music in the late 2000s that hit pretty much a mainstream audience after they went big with their ARIA award wins, and this song was also used for a lot of ads and got heaps of airtime. For number 10, I've decided to put in a song from an artist that is more recognizable from their bigger hit. But this second biggest song that they put out is arguably just as good in my opinion and deserves more credit than it gets. In number 9 is a song from a band who were arguably, unfortunately, one of the most overrated musicians of the decade. That's not to say they weren't a good band, it's just that they got lumped in with the indie alternative rock music boom of the early 2000s with their debut album, and they really struggled to back it up. But hey, I can't deny that this song rocks, and once again, it was used in a lot of commercials, TV shows, video games, and things like that. For number 8, I've gone with a song that has a beautiful delayed guitar line that is instantly recognizable and was once again used for a lot of TV shows and ads and things like that. And hey, I can't deny it's just a beautiful piece of work and great vocals. In number 7 is a song that is cryptic yet catchy at the same time. The band who put this out really changed direction when they put this song and this album out. It took a lot of people by surprise, but by the end of the year, we were loving this one, and it's just an undying Australian classic now. In number 6, I have gone with a song from a band who were massive in the 90s and who were doing pretty well in the 2000s, and they were really quiet for a long time and came back after maybe about 5 years of hiatus to release this song, which propelled them back to number 1 for the first time in about 10 years for them. Wake me up with a fever, walking in the straight line. Number 5 is a song from a band who just went massive when their first album came out, and all of the singles were really big in Australia, but I'd have to say this was the single that caught the most attention overseas, and to this day, it's still the one that gets the most airtime when it comes to being used at sporting events, TV shows, ads, you name it. Number 4 is another song that was well known for being used for a very recognizable advertisement, the iPod commercial. And this song was just so catchy that when it came out that everyone loved it and everyone wanted it to be in their movie. Couldn't go past that chorus.
I said, are you gonna be my girl?
For number 3, I've gone with what I believe to be the biggest hip-hop song that has come out of Australia of all time, and I don't think many people would disagree with me on that. This was the first hip-hop song to break the mainstream, to make Aussie hip-hop a thing. Now, in number 2, I've gone with a song that, for its time, was probably considered to be a little corny and very poppy and maybe a little bit disrespected, but over time, as we look back, I think we have got an appreciation for how good this song was and how well this musician captured the essence of the song that she put out. And now in number 1, some people might disagree with my decision here, but I personally just feel that this song captures the sound of the Australian music of the 2000s the best of any song on this list. It's from a band who were big in the 90s and then really took off in the 2000s and cemented themselves as Australian music legends, and this is arguably their biggest song.